So when you're early on in the creative process, how do you deal with the cousin of perfectionism, which is the over analyzing everything and just like shutting that down and finding where it actually goes? Because I find that like I have things that pop in my head at the worst times. So, like I write notes, in like the notepad, and then I go to come back to it, and then like it's just the brain won't shut down in terms of like, oh well, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this, and there's no way to find like the path. So how do you find the path when you're early on?
You get a good friend that just slaps you across the face.
No, honestly, I say embrace the crazy a little bit. If you look at the pages that I have for notes, and anyone that's ever seen my notes will attest to this, I have like a blank piece of essentially computer printer paper. And I'll start writing on it normally, and then it's in the corner, and then it's over here. And by the time it's done, it's this crazy spider web of stuff. And then I'll take a walk. I'll go change and I'll come back and look at everything that I just tried to do a brain dump. I like this, and I'll circle things on the document, and I'll start to figure out like, okay, it's chopped. Here's the ingredients I have. Here's the things I like. What can I do to make the best dish out of those ingredients? So don't shy away from that, and when you get into your own head, just dump everything out there, because do it to the point of almost like you're mentally exhausted because every idea you had in your head you spilled out on. And I've gone as many as like 7, 8, 9 pages that are filled like full sides, and then you go back and look at all that, and then again, make your perfect dish.
I think there are two elements of creativity that are very important. One is structure. Like every art form has a structure, and that and it has millions of people have preceded you that have sort of figured out this good structure. But then you also have this feeling that you got to generate, because if it was just all structure and paint by numbers, you get like a paint by numbers painting that was like boring. So like for me, I start with the structure, and then I embrace the crazy. And then I'm like, okay, given the structure that I want to do, all these like crazy ideas, what generates a feeling inside of me? Like what gives me those little tingles in the belly, And and then you put all that stuff together in the soup, and then you show it to someone, and they're like, yay, or
Some of the advice that I give like some of the newer storyboard artists, because when you're doing a sequence and you're trying to see the scene all the way through, a lot of times there are just a ton of ideas, and so the concept that I came up with is this idea of rushing to failure. And I tell them, like, just get it all out, get it all out in some weird, terrible structure, because you can revise it, right? Like once you see it, it's similar to what I was saying to her. Like once you see it as a whole thing, then you can go through the emotional pitches. One of the better kind of techniques of what I think are seasoned directors and visionaries is their ability to be an audience member as well of their own stuff. Is to look at it objectively and kind of go like, what does it feel like and where is it? And you can't do that until you have that thing packaged in a way where it's like, you know what, it's crappy, but it's done. Let me go back in and feel my way through it. And oftentimes when I've done that, where I've just put something down and then looked at it again, I can go like, oh, you know what? Here's what happens. And so you rearrange elements and you find something in there. So rush it out if you need to.
Yeah, just make a choice. Yeah. Make a choice, and then don't be afraid to go back and change that choice.
The revision is where the magic happens. That's why movie editing is why they get awards for it sometimes, because you can do a terrible movie. If you arrange it right, it can be great, but you got to just get those things out.
Yeah, you can pursue, like go through and whether it's visualization or like taking like the sticky note postcard approach with here's piece 1 maybe, or here's piece 1A, piece 1C, like, and then be like, all right, no, this could go over here, this could go over there, like get it all out, and then just start rearranging, and whether it's that way or just in your brain visualizing, what if I did it this way or that order. Sometimes just getting it all out and just kind of doing all that and like trying different things, it may give you some new light into where you want to go with it.
Cool, thank you.
Yep.